Hello everyone. It is time to go over how Cancer Cup went. And it went better than last time. It turns out the way you win more is by actually having excels on your characters that are, situational and could proc, more consistently. We're going to go over that history right now. We have better winning percentages. Let us disappointed in Grass, to be honest. She technically had my best stat spread, but kind of did the worst. Yeah, 60, only 25% win rate and on rank 60 times. Not that great. But it was one of the last Sumas they made. Actually, I think it was the last one. But yeah, like the build, I just didn't really do it. I think she mainly just lasts a lot of late race. Because I feel like she was always at a good position, but even when she was the one getting pump and moving past and beyond, she still wasn't moving. She had the green passes, but other than home stretch chasing her ult, that was it. That's how that one went. And then Oguri just kind of wins by being Oguri. Well, Christmas Oguri. There were many times where she would hit either one of the inherited excels and then Festive Miracle. Well, she would Festive Miracle into one of the excels, and she would just absolutely just blow past everyone in front of her. Very goofy to see, very goofy. And usually when that happens, she wins, unless the front runner is very good. Lucifer has a fat lead, then this Oguri lost. That's kind of the case with all my lates. But still, and then we have Brian and her many variants. So we had this Brian that had the better stat spread, but just didn't have medium S, and it definitely showed. I feel like most of the time I was just getting really frustrated with her not actually moving at all. This was the first one I made. Well, that didn't have the stallions, but it did have medium S and end S. This one was felt a little bit better about because it actually hit second a few times. But I think this one also just kind of lacked some golds. This one also had decent passives. Was this one? I'm not gonna check something. Okay, I made this one because I actually have Brian at level 4 now. Well, 4 stars, so her Shadow Break's stronger. But as we can see, the one that has 22.5% is the one I made with Throne. This is my third time doing it with Throne, and this one turned out pretty good. We got the max speed, basically 1,000 power and wit. And she has medium S and some skills. I think I might have messed up with rainy days. I thought that would apply because it's cloudy. I still don't know if it does. But, yeah. Drop beeline burst because it was pissing me off, so I just went with straightaway adept. But, yeah, it's still... And IBAM, Refraction, Arc, Daring Strike, that helped her out a lot. Also, Umastan. I probably could have got away with only giving her 1 recovery, but honestly, the run was going well, so I'm just I'm just going to grab another so this Brian isn't dead. But yeah, this Brian turned out pretty good, despite a somewhat limited skill pool, and she still won almost a quarter of her races, which is very good. Now, that being said, though, can any of them win the final? Because that's all that really matters. Oh boy. I have no idea what you said, but you sound hopeful, and that's good enough for me. I see some strong front runners. Yeah. Either an Oshi pick or as Dom. It's usually what it is. Yeah, so top ones, there's some Summer Maru, 2 bourbons, And then my backlining ass. Might be a bit difficult for them to actually, for these two to hit their excels, but at this point we just gotta believe, right? Let's take a look at this Kita-san. I like they also have the 2 recoveries. They also don't want their run to die. Yeah, angling. Oh, this one is festive. That's goofy. Oh. Yeah, what groundwork, PTO. Yeah, pretty decent. Kita-san, Action Flash. Does have Dom, but looks mainly like an actual Oshi pick. Has the excels, all that good stuff. It's like Surge. Yeah, pretty decent. Bourbon just has angling, has the greens for groundwork. Damn, they slapped 5 goals on this bad boy. Oh, they have both key to shine and throw. I'm stuck with having to choose between one of them. Yeah, but this bourbon scares me. It has a lot of guts, too. I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. Okay. Saint Sky, Kiss for Courage, and Cacao. Well, she doesn't need to inherit angling. I guess it makes sense. Using Moxie for that. Yeah, groundwork, front runner, shabby, right-handed. Step use at the earlier. It's hesitant pace chasers. Okay. Alright, pace Oguri. This one's probably gonna win. Especially with those stats. God damn! Okay. Yeah, right-handed, no. Home stretch. Color Tuesday and Refraction Arc. Look at that. Head on with all my souls. Is that an Excel? No, it's not. Okay. I kind of saw it was. Wait, never was. I always see. What am I saying? I've always saw that. I'm just like, nah. Oh, damn, they couldn't. Wait, hold on. Fraud motion strikes again. And then this Summer Maru, the #1 fave. Yeah, BMS. Recovery, angling, Festive Miracle again. Is Satomi just like into the... Yeah, Satomi is into the Festive Miracle Kool-Aid outside of her Seiyun. Outside of their Seiyun. Can't assume genders now. Alright. Shit, wrong one. You've all made it here this far. You were just kind of there. You're more like a trophy Uma. Because of your stats. You did some random ass pull victories, which is what I thought you'd do the whole time. And I did my best with you. Can you show off your best? Okay. Ikuzo. I just realized, did that say 6'9" in the cancer symbol? Damn, you can really tell that I pay attention to this. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of the race, so we'll go right here. The Triple Crown Brian, lore accurate. Minus the fact that she's a net closer. That is not lore accurate. Alright, Exoguri race started. That's not new here. She does it a lot. Yeah, she's already taken 6, which will probably go down. Actually, she could stay that way, like behind. Okay, no, she's not. Oh, now I have a feeling that shit. I have a feeling that grass might just take up the Excel slots. But yeah, those 4 are going to be fighting each other the whole time. They're just going to keep pushing each other up further and further and further. Yeah, Seiya's guy is breaking away there. Making instance of velocities of her own. Ours are slowly trying to make our way through the mid-race. And Aishin Flash activated her gold, so she is comfortably in 5th. Maru's activating her stuff. Aishin Flash still activating some stuff. Alright, Brian beginning to push up. I have no idea if Daring Strike activated, was not paying attention to that. Okay, so Gary's hitting her stuff. She did not whiff her recoveries. She's done that like 5 times, I think. Not this time. Alright, looks like Gary is pushing her excels. Alright. Off she goes! And I don't think she's gonna catch up. Yeah, that Seiyun is just running away with it. Not even a runaway. Well, damn. Yeah. This team comp, winning against a front heavy lobby is very hard with this team. 3rd again. 3rd for the 3rd time in a row. At least I'm consistent. Man. Yeah, sure winning Spirit, Brian. Damn. Yeah, also my last tickets, it was just losing. That's all it was. So maybe that was just kind of a sign of things to come. Yeah, bummer. They did their best. It was a tough lobby, at least for my team comp. We still get stuff, though. Stuff. So yeah, that is how the cookie crumbles. And yeah, next one's going to be the sprint, in which case I probably won't be running Brian. She's been through a lot, many a build, some of them successful, some of them not. This was probably the best one I can make out of her, and yeah, I probably won't be making her for the next CM, just because it's not just sprint F. That's technically doable. It's more so the fact that she has 20% stat growth in stat, which is the stat we don't need at all. So yeah, she's gonna take a long deserved break for the next 2 CMs, really, after the sprints of dirt. So yeah, that it was Cancer Cup. It lived up to his namesake, and I did not help it. But thank you all for watching. Whether you want to see, I was gonna say my stream outro. If you want to see more from me, be sure to check me out on all my social links. That'd be YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Blue Sky, all at Firo McNosky. With all that being said, have a good morning, day, evening, or night. Hope your runs went better than mine. Be excellent to yourself, and be excellent to each other. Peace out.